What is up, everybody? My name is Debu and welcome to my channel if you're new here. And today I'm going to be talking about how you can make money while you're still learning how to code. Yep, I said it. You don't need to know every single thing in tech for you to start making money. So I'll be spilling the tea today on how you guys can do that. So grab your snacks, grab your cup of tea or your cup of coffee, and let's spill the tea. First things first, I'm gonna be looking down a lot because I do have my notes on my Mac, and yeah, so let's go on and start. Cheers, besties. Okay, so the first thing that you guys can do to make money while you're learning how to code is freelancing. Yes, everyone has been talking about freelancing, but how exactly do you start freelancing when you only know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript? It's very possible to do this because you can actually find clients on Upwork or Fiverr where you can build websites for their companies. There's so much value that you can bring with just knowing HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And also, no one really tells you this, but there's so many web builders out there that you can use to start creating websites for people and actually selling them. So I know of Webflow, which is a great platform if you're trying to learn how to make very beautiful and stunning websites for your clients. After creating these websites, you can actually sell them to people. There's also other web builders like Framer, which I just discovered, which is such a great platform that allows you to be able to design your website and have all these custom features on it, and then you are able to actually publish the website on Framer. So it literally does everything for you. You are actually able to publish your website with just one click. Guys, if you're a developer, you know that hosting your websites is a nightmare sometimes. So having a feature like this is so extraordinary and so helpful. It makes life so much easier for you to be able to deploy your websites or host your websites with just a single click of a button. So head to Framer if you guys are trying. I'll leave like a tutorial, a short tutorial over here of how you guys can actually start doing that. The other day I learned how to use Framer, and it didn't even take me 10 minutes to get used to the platform and to actually create my first blog. It is completely up to you about how you're gonna charge clients for these websites. So for someone who's asking, where do I even start? How do I find these clients, right? So now you've gotten your Framer on lock, or you know how to do Webflow, how to use Webflow, or you know your HTML, CSS, and your JavaScript, and you know how to build a website from scratch, right? The next step now is for you to find clients. And your clients, you can find them. Firstly, let's start at home, guys. I'm South African. I know a lot of people around me who have like spaza shops or supermarkets and things like that. So I always look at things that I can bring value to them. So you can just introspect on how the company is making money or the supermarket is making money, and then see how you can create a website for them to actually increase their revenue. Another thing that I've noticed is that we really take for granted how you can add value to your friends and family around you. So make sure that people know what you're doing. Make sure that people know that you are creating websites, because word of mouth is the most important thing that is actually going to help you to be able to start and for you to be able to get that first client. And how you charge, guys, you can charge literally anything that you want. So if you feel like your website is worth 2,000 rands, go ahead, bestie, nothing is gonna stop you. If you feel like you are worth 4,000 rands for a simple website build with Framer, then you go ahead, because I feel like it's all about the value that you're bringing to that company or that client, and the type of revenue that will come from that website. My second point is how to make money while you're still learning how to code is content creation. So I started creating content about 2 years ago, and after learning how to code, well, while I was learning how to code, I actually started my TikTok, and on there I was sharing my journey. So I shared my journey about how I started with SheCodes, and everyone was so interested about how I'm doing it. So I started sharing my day-to-day. The whole point of me sharing my journey of SheCodes was so that people can hold me accountable for it. I wanted to be serious about my walk. I wanted to be serious about getting into tech. So I thought that, okay, let me share this with my 500 followers so that they can hold me accountable, you know. That's how it started, and eventually everyone was just so interested about my journey, and that really kept me going. After a year, I actually reached 10k, which was so crazy to me, guys, because I've never had 10k followers in my entire life. It's something that I've always wanted, but I never thought it would be that easy, because the minute I started putting out tech content, that's when my followers actually grew, right? And I was so grateful, honestly. I was so grateful for my journey on TikTok. If you're not following me, please do follow me on there. I share everything tech and lifestyle related, and how I transitioned to tech with no background whatsoever. So yeah, as I was saying, I feel like at the end of the day, it's all about the type of content that you make on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube, for instance. It's all about what kind of value are you bringing to people, and if brands start to notice you because of the value that you bring to people, then you can actually make money out of that. Paid collaborations, sponsorships, as well as affiliate marketing. And I really truly believe that anyone can tap into content creation as long as you know what you want to do. It doesn't have to be tech, it can be anything that interests you and that you feel like you can add value or give value to others. What's the third point? Okay, and then my third tip, my last tip, is that if you want to make money while you're learning how to code, you can teach others, right? This is something I also started doing after learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, as well as learning a framework like React. I really just wanted to help others to know how to code. So I started teaching my cousins around me and just teaching them that, okay, do you know HTML? Do you want to learn HTML? It's so simple. And I would teach people how to do that, and some people are willing to pay you to do that. So I feel like if you are someone who's really passionate about teaching others and you know how to be very patient with people, then it's a really, really great income to make. You could even make it virtual and online, so you can make a business out of it, like just have one-on-one sessions with people and market it through your content or through influencers, and basically tell people about the service that you bring to them. I tell you guys, if it's giving value to people, there's a lot of people that want to learn how to code, they don't know where to start, and you offering a service like that is actually something that could bring value to people. So that could make you a lot of money as well. I think I made over $100. I know it's not a lot, but at that time I was just a student teaching myself. So imagine someone who's still learning and you are able to make $100 from just teaching people how to learn HTML and CSS, simple H tag, H1 tag or H2 tag. It's really not rocket science. Anyway guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think, or if you guys know of any other ways that people can make money online while they're learning how to code. I do have a 20% off on my SheCodes workshops, so do check out the description. I'll leave it there for you guys. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this video. I do hope that you guys do try these things out, because we ain't trying to be broke in 2025. Okay, so you better get your butt up and learn how to code, and while you're learning how to code, make that money, besties. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.
cause they always inviting more. Think being broke was better. Now I don't mean that phrase with no disrespect to all my niggas out there living in debt, cashing minimal checks. Turn on the TV, see a nigga Rolex, and fantasize about a life with no stress. I mean this shit sincerely. And as a nigga who was once in your shoes, living with nothing to lose, I hope one day you hear me. Always gonna be a bigger house somewhere, but nigga feel me. Long as the people in that motherfucker love you dearly. Always gonna be a whip that's better than the one you got. Always gonna be some clothes that's fresher than the ones you rock. Always gonna be a bitch that's better out there on the tours, but you ain't never gonna be happy till you love yours.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Love yours.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Love yours.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing. No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Love yours.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Love yours.
No such thing as a life that's better than yours. No such thing, no such thing.
Heart beating fast, let a nigga know that he alive.